For us, Govtech, more than a destination, is a... Hola, hola? Yeah, great. Well, as I was telling, I believe that Govtech, more than a journey, more than a destination, is a journey. And I invite you to fasten your seatbelts and take 4 minutes to have a trip. We have been building a platform for the last 5 years related to municipalities, for local governments, ayuntamientos, municipalidades, who wanted to change when it comes to operations. Because most of the technology that is related to government always is related to the administrative sector or budgeting. Unfortunately, there was no tool, so we developed that tool, and that tool allows us to travel around the world. Although we are from deep south of America, this is the trip that we took to different municipalities, training municipal workers, because there is the big difference where we can make. And empowering them with technology, because if we empower municipal workers, we can make changes in society, we can make changes in the municipalities. How do we empower them? Well, we have developed an operation management system that helps municipalities to record, manage, and analyze all city works. Basically, we transform every single city, doesn't matter the size, into a smart city. And that is basically possible because of the 4 features that we have. First is plug and play. Mayors, candidates, politics needs changes now. So we need to implement the technology in just 1 day, and that's what we're doing. Second, system needs to be interoperable. It needs to be able to connect with different systems. That is fundamental in order to be able to deploy in the municipality. Third is cross-functional. It means that municipalities, not only the area of public service is the one that is related to the system, but also public works, environmental, social welfare are different areas which use our software in their daily basis. And lastly, it's scalable. Doesn't matter the size, your IT infrastructure, your budget, we can implement the technology. I was talking about a municipality in Argentina that we implemented last week. It's called Formosa, a city of 300,000 inhabitants. That city is using the same technology as we did in Barcelona, so the idea is to create technology that is for everyone. The workflow is very easy. We basically generate a streamlined workflow when we connect municipal workers with citizens, and they can report, collect data, and we have mayors taking decisions based in data, because governments and politics, as they were previously here, they're very good in intuition experience, but when you add them data, they start making real changes, and impacts are amazing. We have incredible, great results. We have managed to reduce 2 important things in public sector. One is time, and second is money. And the good thing is that we have increased the satisfaction of the citizens in the municipalities. Now, this is the crew. This is our starship. We were talking about moonshots in the beginning, and this is what we're doing. And it's only possible if we are very related and very near the public workers, the municipal workers, not only in the higher level. Technology needs to be deep down there, in the warehouse, corralón, in almacén, where things happen. The results on the last 5 years have been amazing. We have improved the provision of public service in more than 4 million inhabitants. And the good thing is that it's not the 60 cities where we have deployed the technology in 4 different countries. It's that we've managed to train and empower more than 20,000 municipal workers. So I'm really happy to be here. Thanks for the invitation. And this is Muni Digital. Thank you very much.
Muchísimas gracias, Mauricio. Gracias. La gestión de los ayuntamientos, la gestión municipal, es un espacio de trabajo, ya que se está volviendo clásico del espacio Govtech, donde vamos a ver varias propuestas, pero lo medioambiental también es un tema muy importante para este espacio. Y María viene desde Valencia para presentarnos Green Urban Data. Un fuerte aplauso, por favor, para María.
Gracias. I'm shorter than Mauricio, so I'm going to stop. Well, as I say, my name is María Arroyo, Marketing Director of Green Urban Data. And as you know, climate is changing, and it's because of us. According to the Climate Action Summit celebrated last week, we have only 15 months to save the Earth. No matter if we live in Europe, Asia, the Americas, or Africa, we will all suffer from, and probably already suffer, from floods, droughts, heat waves, or fires. That's why the UN has established the Sustainable Development Goals, 17 goals that has to be reached by all of us. Citizens, policymakers, business people, doesn't matter. We have to be committed because there is no planet B. It is true to say that companies and cities are already implementing actions and strategies to adapt and mitigate climate change. However, only a few of them are monitored, mainly because they have no tools, user-friendly and time-saving tools like the software developed by Green Urban Data, which facilitate the decision-making process and the prioritization of environmental and social strategies. We help on the design of more sustainable, smart, and resilient cities and even companies. We manage more than 50 different environmental indicators that, using satellite data, machine learning, and big data, we are able to, for example, create early warning systems like heat waves protocols to minimize its effects on population, like creative action plans on climate change adaptation, vector control after natural disaster, and so on. All of that to help each city and its company on what they really need to reach those sustainable development goals. Since October 2017, 6 cities, including Valencia and Zaragoza, are using our tool, but also private companies like Ferrovial is using it too. Not just that, but we get into 5 accelerator programs, including Climate Kick, Copernicus, or Lanzadera. We were recently recognized as an environmental and social impact company by Ship2B Foundation, which is the first step to become a B Corp. And also, at the beginning of the year, we were announced as one out of 100 most sustainable solutions worldwide by Mission Innovation. We are 9 people in this team, and we are really committed to improve the quality of life in cities, regarding environmental indicators, but also social ones. Since the beginning, we have monitored 6 cities covering more than 140,000 hectares, improving the quality of life of more than 2 million people. So imagine what we could do if we go worldwide. So thank you so much for your time, and I'm free to answer any question at any time for you. Thank you so much.
Muchísimas gracias, María. Es estupendo escuchar que estáis en ese proceso de B Corp, que es otra de las cosas que vemos con las startups Govtech. Hay realmente un interés por tener ese impacto a nivel social, ir más allá de las eficiencias, que evidentemente son importantes, pero hay una proyección más allá. La salud también es un espacio importante. Nacho, te estoy mirando a ti para que nos presentes, por favor, Syncrolab. Un fuerte aplauso. Espérate, te he dicho yo... Un momento que a lo mejor me he equivocado yo de orden. No, ya está. Bienvenido.
Hi, this is Nacho Ramón, CEO of Syncrolab. Nowadays, there is a big opportunity in digital therapeutics in mental health. But we have some challenge that we have to solve. Firstly, we have to align interest in the industry. And secondly, we have to distinguish the health from wellness. For that reason, we create Syncrolab as a digital therapeutic for neurocognitive disorders. There's a big problem in mental health, and it's that more than 75% of patients in mental health are not treated correctly, for 3 main reasons. Firstly, because of the stigma. Second, due to the lack of communication from professionals to patients. And third, due to the lack of resources from patients and families. For that reason, we create Syncrolab as a platform which allows professionals to treat remotely their patients. Syncrolab is efficient and validated, personalized, reduce the stigma, and we can treat patients remotely. Why now? Because the amount invested in digital therapeutics are increasing exponentially. And why SynchroLab? Because 5 years ago, we looked that wave, and we began the regulatory pathway in order to show off the security, the efficacy, and the effectiveness of our products. We are 5 times more efficient than placebo. We have 4,500 patients registered in our database and more than 500 professionals registered in our platform. We are growing in Spain, Portugal, Mexico, and Brazil. And we have, in my view, one of the best scientific boards in the country. We expect that in 2020, the European National Health System will be able to prescribe SynchroLab. So SynchroLab will be a digital neuromedicine professional prescribed all around Europe. Thank you very much.
Muchísimas gracias, Nacho. Creo que hace años se hablaba de prescribir aplicaciones como una locura y de pronto está aquí ya lo que estáis contando. La participación ciudadana es otro de los espacios clásicos, como si esto existiera desde hace 100 años, más típicos de las startups Govtech. Y tenemos a Laura desde Barcelona para presentarnos a CityBits. Un fuerte aplauso, por favor. Laura, te voy a pedir que subas aquí para que os vean.
Gracias. Hello, I'm Laura Kirchner from CityBits. I'm a consulting project manager there. And CityBits is a social data intelligence platform that is using adaptive artificial intelligence to understand citizens' changing opinions and to help governments and city leaders to take faster and more data-driven decisions. And now I'm going to tell you a little bit, as far as I can, how CityBits is transforming the social sector so that all these citizens' voices can be included in decision-making processes. So, as we know, and we've been talking, society is becoming more and more digital. Citizens are speaking up and they are expressing their changing opinions through numerous and very different channels. But all this data is really hard to use. Text data is hard to use. Citizens have become the best sensors to understand social needs. And governments and city leaders sometimes find it difficult to collect, to structure, and to analyze all this data. So CityBits structures social data so that governments and city leaders can seamlessly include it in their workflows, with the objective, as I said, to include all the citizens' voices in all decision-making processes. So how does this work? We have a unique and proprietary technology that allows us to provide a really fast and easy-to-use natural language process that it's a platform that turns speech data into insights. Moreover, our technology is language agnostic. What does this mean? That it can learn and it can understand very different languages from all over the world. So there's not a language barrier. It can also learn when we have, I don't know, for instance, in Kenya, where they mix Swahili with English, the machine also learns and when new words are created. It is also text data agnostic, meaning that we can collect data from very different sources, such as Twitter, well, social networks, such as Twitter, blogs, news, even conversation transcripts. So we can collect all these different sources of data where citizens express their opinions and analyze it together. And moreover, we have a really fast deployment. Just in a couple of weeks, we can train the machine, we can install it in your premises, or you can access our dashboards, and users from governments and city councils can easily extract insights. And all this is already happening in different parts of the world. For instance, in Dublin, they are using CityBits to extract citizens' opinions about social needs so that decision makers can take faster and more targeted, or can make more targeted policies. In Japan, we are structuring citizens' comments and reports on damages after floods, because every summer there are really big floods there, so that the ministries can prioritize infrastructure repairness. In Kenya, we helped the Financial Regulatory Agency to identify bank scams reported by customers so that they can launch a customer a customer protection initiative. And in Navarra, we have been working with them so that we could identify hate speech and they can inform budget assignment for these kind of actions. And next year, we will be landing in Latin America, accompanied by the International Development Bank with really exciting projects. What is our value added? Cities and governments can improve their government efficiency and accountability. Policymakers, they can prioritize resources, they can make informed decisions and responsive policies, and citizens will feel that their needs are heard and they are addressed. So thank you very much for this.
Muchísimas gracias, Laura, porque realmente es difícil estar pendiente de todo lo que puede decir la ciudadanía en las redes digitales y vosotros estáis planteando una forma de tratarlo. Pero además, en la digitalización hay otro aspecto que siempre sale como punto de fricción, que son las identificaciones y las credenciales. Y ahora Iván Navalón, de Electronic Identification, nos va a hablar de su solución. Un fuerte aplauso, por favor, para Iván.
Buenos días, soy Iván Navalón, soy el fundador y el CEO de una compañía que se llama Electronic Identification. En términos de identidad digital, tenemos un gran reto toda la sociedad para las administraciones públicas. Hoy en día, si por ejemplo queremos renovar un pasaporte, queremos crearnos un certificado electrónico, pagar algunas tasas, darnos de alta en los servicios y en los sites electrónicos del gobierno o incluso votar, todos los procesos de identificación o bien comienzan o bien terminan en presencial, ¿vale? Y es importante tener esto en cuenta. De hecho, el índice de penetración de la identidad digital en los gobiernos es muy bajo y va a ser clave dentro de los gobiernos de la próxima generación de servicios online de los gobiernos. Dejadme enseñaros algo. Nosotros hemos creado una tecnología que se llama Video ID, que combina vídeo en streaming más inteligencia artificial para dar el mismo seguridad técnica y compliance que el face-to-face, que la identificación cara a cara. Funciona así.
Fit the front of the document into the highlighted area. Hold the document in the position. Well done. Fit the back of the document into the highlighted area. Hold the document. Well done. Bring your face. Stay in the position. Well done.
Este proceso va a ser el impulsor para que podamos mover a digital muchas de las relaciones que hoy son cara a cara, ¿vale? En presencia. Además, tenemos otras tecnologías de autenticación biométrica facial y lo que es la firma electrónica cualificada, que todas juntas van a ser un toolkit fantástico para los proyectos de digitalización. Os voy a enseñar un poco dónde nuestro timeline. Nosotros comenzamos en los gobiernos en 2013, intentando inventar la próxima generación de servicios eIDAS. El eIDAS es lo que fue al euro a la moneda en Europa, pues va a ser la identidad, la homogenización y la estandarización. Entramos demasiado pronto, hicimos una tecnología y fallamos. Y la realidad es que estuvimos a tiempo para pivotar y entrar en el sector financiero. Cogimos la tecnología y la transformamos. Y adivinad qué, pues en muy poco tiempo, prácticamente en 2 años, nos hemos convertido en un game changer en esta industria. Y está pasando que ahora, pues solamente en este año hemos comenzado a cerca de 14 proyectos con los gobiernos de nuevo, con un poco de retraso, pero bueno, sabíamos que esto iba a tener impacto. Os voy a enseñar algunos, ¿vale? Por ejemplo, estamos trabajando ya con 8 autoridades de certificación y con algunos países para todo lo que es el proceso de onboarding para expedir certificados electrónicos cualificados, pasaportes y documentos electrónicos de identidad. Algo que era muy viejo y que era muy inconveniente, lo hacemos muy sencillo y lo hacemos muy conveniente para el ciudadano. No sé si recordáis estas cosas que se llaman chipeteras, horrorosas, desde el punto de vista construidas muy mal y además muy difíciles de usar, Bueno, estamos generando la próxima generación de firmas electrónicas cualificadas que son muy convenientes para los usuarios. Se van a poder utilizar desde cualquier canal y de una forma muy sencilla. Trabajamos, por ejemplo, con el líder mundial de voto electrónico, que es Saitel en Barcelona, para hacer una propuesta única al mercado que se está lanzando ya, que es un voto end-to-end digital, ¿vale? Más conveniente, mayor inclusión, mayor conveniencia para los ciudadanos. Incluso la posibilidad de sistematizar la democracia. Trabajamos con agencias de impuestos y seguridad social pues para cosas tan tontas como son pruebas de vida, detección de fraude temprano, ¿no? Autenticación biométrica, pruebas de vida, cosas muy sencillas para que veáis. Todavía hay gente con 100 años muerta que sus hijos o sus nietos llevan cobrando algunos impuestos y algunas cosas durante mucho tiempo porque no somos capaces de hacer un proceso tan sencillo como esto, lo hacemos en presencia. Y por último, trabajamos con muchos sites electrónicos para mejorar el proceso de onboarding, incluso lo que se denominan todas las notificaciones electrónicas certificadas que pasan al ámbito digital. Tenemos un amplio reconocimiento ya por el mercado en el sector financiero y además un montón de partners estratégicos con los que estamos yendo a este mercado. Muchas gracias. Esto es todo.
Muchísimas gracias, Iván. Pues empezábamos con una startup municipal, acabamos con otra startup municipal. Desde México, Jesús nos presenta OCT. Bienvenido.
Ahora está. So can you please raise your hand if you trust in your government? Don't be shy. So I guess you already understand what's the problem that we are addressing, but let me give you some context about how big this is. This is the city of Monterrey, Mexico, where we are coming from 35 years ago. And this is Monterrey 5 years ago. You can see that it almost tripled its size. A sense of exponential growth took us to our worst moment in terms of social, economical, political, and environmental crisis. We are living huge inequality. We have a Wikipedia page on terrorism in Monterrey. We are one of the most polluted cities in Latin America. And our politicians, I can say very few words about them. And you know what? This is the same path that the world is taking. We are moving from Homo sapiens to Homo urbanis. We are having that sense of urbanization running so fast to replicate all these problems in all our world. And our decision makers, they operate like this, still fragmented, still inefficient, with a lack of tools. And the resources, our money, 20%, says McKinsey, just go missing because of those red lines. This is $5 trillion a year. And the rest, the 80% of our taxes, is in the hands of people where 9 out of 10 say that they don't know what to do. They don't know which tools to implement. They don't know how to innovate because they either have budgetary constraints, political risks to innovate, or short tenures to be able to see how innovation works. So we tried to replicate the access that we had in our phones, a modular opportunity to transform governments into platforms of digital services. Literally, they can turn on and off different models and transform full institutions, full institutes, government agencies into digital services. And we have been able to serve safer government modernization because we use it once. There's just one municipality that takes the risk, and then we reuse it. We transfer innovation. And at the same as we have in our phones, that we pay very low cost for our apps, we distribute the costs. So we lower development costs and implementation costs, and we give them the opportunity to breach the data silos, to implement technologies such as artificial intelligence, and bring blockchain to any city of any size because we can do it fast, because we are reusing technology. And we serve that either by licensing models or by making packages of models, bundling the services, or making partnerships with impact-driven partners. With this year, we have reached above $500,000 in between revenues and safe agreements that we have, and we dream of that, reaching just as the App Store or the Play Store to have the Gov Store and have transactional fees. Very affordable, very reliable, safer modernization for governments. Let me just say a little bit of examples. Do you remember this? Do you live in Spain? Do you remember what 1 year ago, Aura Cifuentes, president of the Community of Madrid, she had a scandal because of their master records, their diplomas from the school, the Universidad Rey Juan Carlos. We did that using blockchain technologies, one of our models in Latin America, first university to issue certificates using blockchain technology, tamper-proof records, trustable records, transparent records, and what is more, openly verifiable by anyone because it follows open standards proposed by the MIT. Once you do that, you can migrate to government more complex issues. This is Chile, national government. They tampered the consumer price index. The huge implications and distrust was all about Chile. And we served them blockchain to just make more trustable information and energy. We brought back efficiency, we brought back trust to governments. In San Nicolas, in Mexico, 21 commerces, 21 restaurants were selling liquor without a valid license. We do it openly verifiable by any citizen. It's a tool for inspectors, it's a tool for citizens to become auditors of their own cities. And what if we can sprinkle some AI on that? Imagine you take a selfie. We can easily recognize an infrastructure need. And we can easily match to a contractor, just like Uber does when we ask for a driver. What if we can put a smart contract in there? A transparent technology, tamper-proof, efficient. What if we can take a fee out of that? We can recover that 20% at least. It's $5 trillion a year. It means that at 0.02% can make us a unicorn. This is opportunity about Govtech. And there are more models to come. And I invite the other startups to become compliant in OCT and serve your technologies through our platform. This is what we are looking for, to make a speech, to say that Govtech is already rising. It's an industry at an inflection point, and in the next 5 years, it is supposed to reach $1.5 trillion. Huge profits in the middle of huge impact or purpose. A purpose that is followed by this team, a team of PhDs in political science and artificial intelligence, divided in 3 main sections led by our 3 amazing women, Damasia in our business development, Pamela in our blockchain development, and Blanca in our AI and data science developments. I want you to leave with this. We are among the first movers, just as the rest of the startups that we have presented. We have a proven record that this is already working, and we are fostering a unique ecosystem. We have had a chance to share in Davos about the future of cities, and at the OECD 2 weeks ago, showing how governments can improve and modernize the regulations to make this an official thing to happen. And I want to close with this phrase about Forbes, saying that the next unicorn will definitely include companies working in Govtech. Thank you very much.